In this video, I want to show you how I was able to create a 15-minute animated pilot all by myself at home and kind of just how I got to this point of having it be made and just take you step by step on what my process was of how I was able to get to this point. So basically, step one is kind of just be passionate and have the right idea. At least personally, I wouldn't like chase after trends or do something where it's like chase after views, where it's like this is popular or this will be big. Just make something you're passionate about, because if you do something that you're not passionate about, like especially when you're calling the shots and you're doing it on your own, like it's not gonna get made. Like it's just you gotta be passionate about a story. You gotta want a story to tell, even if it's like even if the story doesn't have huge meaning, it has to be kind of like personal to you and just something you want like to see come to life, because you're gonna be spending a lot of time with this. Don't force yourself to like do something you're not gonna want to make, because you're gonna get some point way through and be like, I'm not having fun with this. Like, you're not going to have that motivation to kind of keep going on and keep just working on it. But compared to some where it's like, if even if some won't get you enough views, like, or maybe be as popular as you want it to be, like, oh, you got to do it for yourself is kind of what I'm getting at. And just make sure, like, you keep yourself motivated, like, to get to the end, because it's not going to, like, realistically, like, get to the end, you know. If you don't want to work on it, like you're gonna choose not to work on it. But I guess like the second step, which I guess is like a bigger step, but it's kind of just like learn animation and kind of find which direction you want to go in, because obviously animation is just so much different paths you could go down. And I mean, I'm doing 2D animation, which I kind of really clicked with, but like I feel like it was just like a huge process of kind of getting to this point and just being like finding that path and finding that thing that really just like clicked with me and was kind of easier for me than other things, because like I did try 3D at one point and I did some 3D modeling and I wanted to like pull my hair out. It was super frustrating. It was just not fun. Like, all due respect to like everyone who does 3D, because like it is insane. Like, it is crazy. Like, you have to think of so much. It is like respect to anyone who does it, because it is really hard. But 2D clicked with me a lot better, and it was just something I could, work on without, going crazy. But I know there's also like stop motion animation. There's a whole different bunch of types of animation. So if you're not into 2D, like some will click with you, and it's gonna take time. Like, it took me years to finally like get 3D anime or 2D animation and kind of just like for me to kind of click with it, because like I have so much like projects I look in like 2021 where it's just like basically like half finished, like almost like very like I look back at it now and be like, it was a learning experience, and I learned that okay, this isn't for me. Like, it takes time and it's gonna be frustrating at the moment, but some will click with you, and you'll feel when it clicks with you. You'll feel when like you're like, this is for me, like this is what I want to do. And honestly, like my biggest recommendation is like go on YouTube and kind of just look up tutorials of like how to start, like beginner's guides and stuff, because YouTube is just like such a great platform to just like, you don't have to pay for it. Like, you literally could look up any tutorials, and it doesn't even have like some of the best videos, like no disrespect to like the people with a lot of views, but some of the best videos are like videos with not a lot of views of people explaining stuff to you. Like, I remember I was clicking with videos that had like 400 views, and then the ones that had like a million views, like I did not understand what they were saying. Like, it's just like you need to find a channel or someone that'll explain what you want to do, and just have like you'll gel with it and you'll understand perfectly what they're kind of explaining, and just go from there. And it's like it's really frustrating to learn, like especially it's like you want to just go and animate, you just want to like go and get stuff done and start, making a story or whatever. But like, it's gonna take time and it's gonna be super frustrating, and just like you're gonna have a whole bunch of like, I have so much notes on my phone, it's like wild. But like, you just got to give it time. It's like, it's really painful and it really sucks, and I'm still in that process to a lot of degree, but like you'll get there. It's just like you have to dedicate yourself. And once you kind of feel that you're confident enough to make an animation, like I did a lot of animation tests before I went to be making this like animation, but once you kind of feel confident that you're able to kind of tackle a project that you like could see yourself like completing, it's kind of like you basically, once you get your story, you want to write the script for it and storyboard. And I kind of learned this the hard way making my pilot, because in my pilot, like, I really like messed up where I didn't storyboard correctly, and in my pilot it really bothers me because a lot of characters will talk to each other, and in different shots they'll like be in different places than each other than the shot before it, and like it just feels very uneven where it's just like one character will be to the left and then in the next shot they'll be to the right. But if I like storyboarded it, it would have not been that way. So I was kind of just like making stuff up on the fly, and it was just a learning experience where when I do my second pilot, I'll be able to kind of like do it more easily. And especially if you're doing it for yourself, like the storyboards don't have to be like super like neat or super detailed, just enough to get the point across, but to at least plan all your shots just so like it'll be so much easier once you're animating, I'm telling you. And yeah, I guess after that, you just want to like lock in and learn from your mistakes. Like you have to go in realizing that your animation is not going to be perfect. Like no matter how much you want it to be, how much you want it to like look professional, like it most likely won't, which is okay, especially if you're animating your first pilot, like that's the way it's going to be. And like my suggestion is to like make a story that doesn't require super complex scenes where like you'll be focusing so much on one scene or whatever. Like just like do something that feels manageable, feels like in your alley, will be a challenge for you but won't be like dreadfully complex or hard, because like you can make other stories and all that afterwards, but like at least if you're making like a pilot for your first time, I would keep things simple. Like sometimes even the simpler stories would be more effective than ones with huge action scenes or super fast paced, all this nonsense. Like do something that like you could see yourself animating, and don't stress about getting something done where it might not be totally in your ballpark at the moment. And yeah, just like don't overwhelm yourself. Don't like, there's like points where it's like you want to like challenge yourself, but don't stress about it too much where it's like you're just gonna like dreadfully working on it. Like don't resent working on your project. Don't have it come to that point where it's like you just don't want to work on it and you just like don't even want to look at it. Like kind of keep yourself motivated and just like almost just like try to make it fun for you. Like I know there definitely are parts that are more fun than others, and the not fun parts are not fun at all. Like when I animate, making the rigs themselves is not that much fun. Like I love animating, but like making the puppet rigs could get a bit tedious at that point when you're like doing this 360 rotation or the head angles. Like definitely gets to a point where it's like definitely got me stressing out. But yeah, just like you gotta like just push through it and make sure like you at least kind of find the fun in it, like motivate yourself, I guess. And I know it's hard to at some points, but like you'll realize that there's some parts you really want to work on and some parts you don't want to work on. But like yeah, you just gotta keep yourself motivated and but like don't like overwhelm yourself at the same time. Don't like, it's not worth stressing over. Like just try to keep it fun for yourself. Set some goals and be like, I'm gonna set some time aside to get this done, whether I like it or not. Put on some music on the background or put on a movie and just get it done, even if it's gonna be a pain. Like just lock in. It's gonna suck, but it is what it is. But then honestly, like the best part is kind of slowly seeing it come together. Like I know in my animation, like I did a lot of like the movements first, but I didn't have the objects or the backgrounds in, so like I'd have like the general gist of what the scene looked like, but like it would be like a white background, and like in my pilot I have the characters holding a map and stuff, and like they'd be handing over a map, but like there would be nothing there until like the final few months of me animating. So it's like, but like once you see the characters start moving and you start seeing them blinking and like just moving around, it almost wants you to keep going and be like, man, if I like lock in like this morning, I could totally get this scene done, or I could totally like get this on where it's like I've been holding this off forever. Let me just bang through it all. So like I think once you kind of see like that, at least that first scene where it's like you start to feel like come alive, it's like you won't want to stop. Like you want to like see come more to life, which is, it is a really good feeling because especially it's like you seeing all your hard work kind of become a reality, which is, it's awesome. So, yeah, I think getting to that point, it's rough getting to that point, but once you're at that point, you'll be like, okay, like this is actually becoming a reality. It's not just words at this point. Like it's actually like I have something to show for it, even if it's not finished yet. Like I have proof. Like it's the vision is coming to life somewhat. And honestly, like especially if you're working on Pilot on your own, just finish it like whenever you're satisfied with it. Like don't feel like you have a deadline where it's like I remember my pilot I worked on it at the beginning of the year, so I worked on it in January 2025. I was like, all right, I'm gonna spend the whole entire year on this. I'm gonna get it done by Christmas of 2025, and that did not happen. Like I remember it was kind of by Christmas and Thanksgiving. I'm like, this is not happening. Like even if I like work on it during all my free time, like this is not gonna happen. Like this is stressing me out, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna like, it's gonna finish when it finishes up, and I wound up finishing like mid-March, which at the moment it sucks because I remember I was telling my friends about it, and they were like, "Oh, like are you done with your animation?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, we're getting there, but not yet." And it was just like very it just like felt like I just needed to get like I wasn't satisfied with it, and it was just like at a point where it's like you don't want to call it a finished product if you don't believe it's finished, and it's not like it doesn't have to be perfect, but like do it like finish like wrap it up when you're satisfied. Like don't go crazy saying every little like single frame has to be the most perfect thing ever, but like don't be like, well, like these backgrounds are half finished or like this is not to my liking. Like if you have time to fix it, like fix it. Like it might suck at the moment, but like you'll be satisfied at the end when you watch it, and you'll be like, "Dang, I'm glad I put the time aside to do that." Like that's so much more satisfying. Like, just you'll know when you feel satisfied or when something clicks, so you'll be like, "All right, I'm like content with that, even if it's not my favorite." Like, I'm not gonna like be embarrassed to show it off because like this is especially if you're working on it for so long, don't feel like yeah, this is like it is what it is. Like most of the stuff you can improve and you can fix on it, and like at the moment it sucks, especially like when you're getting towards the end, you just want to be done. But like I'm telling you, like just if you just like lock in and just kind of get through the parts that you feel a little more embarrassed about, like even if it's like little tweaks. Like I remember in my pilot, some of the hands looked a bit like whack and a bit off, and just editing those in a few scenes really just like almost like it got off my mind. I remember having a checklist on my notes of all these things that like in the last like couple of months of all these little things that needed to be done. Like even something as simple as like, oh, like the way the like her head angle looked a bit weird in this, let me adjust it. Or like like this feels a little bit awkward, if I just take a half hour and just adjust it, like I won't have to worry about it no more. Like it won't be bothering me anymore. So you definitely have to put a lot of time into it, but like just like keeping on top of yourself. Like I use my notes on my phone so much during it, like just having a checklist. And I know it's like it's hard to do that while also trying not to stress you out, but like it does help. And it does help once you start checking things off and you're like, this is done, I don't have to worry about that, and this is done and this is done. It's just it motivates you. It does really help, even if it is like you do feel overwhelmed, you know. And it kind of just ties into my last point where it's just like just share it and post it once you're done. Like once you're proud of it and once you want to show it off and be like, this is my project. Like this is like, I always call my project like this is my baby. Like this is like, these characters are my babies. Like I freaking love them. Like they mean so much to me. I'm always super passionate to talk about them. That was just something I'm just like really excited to kind of think about, and I feel like I'm thinking about it all the time. But it is just something where it's like once it's done, like it's there forever. Like that is like something you could show off. Like I remember the last months I was working on it, like February 2026. Like I was just like, I hate animation. I am never animating again after this. Like F this, F that. Like I am done with all this animation BS. But like once I kind of got a month after I finished, like in April, I was like, all right, like, you know, maybe I could start animating again. Like maybe I could like kind of get back into this. And now that it's like May and June, I'm like I can't wait to work on my next pilot, which is like crazy because I remember towards like the first half of March, I was just like, this is it. Like, I am done. Like, once this is done, I am not working on anything anymore. But like now, I think now that I kind of feel refreshed, I'm kind of excited to jump into what's next. And as long as you kind of like see the evolution in yourself and you work hard, like you'll see like just a big improvement in yourself. Like at the moment, it does seem very like frustrating and very just like, oh man, my animation does not look good. And like, don't compare yourself to like people who have been animating for years and all that. Like, just as long as you see improvement in yourself and as long as you keep on top of yourself, and that's like the main kind of takeaway I just want to like wrap this up with. It's just like, there's not going to be a point in your life where people are going to like be like, okay, this is the moment where I'm going to like learn to animate. It's like you kind of have to like go out of your way and do it yourself, you know? And I wish I knew that sooner, but like it's kind of like, don't be like, oh, I want to get to college, I'm going to learn to animate, because like you might not. Like I remember when I was in college, like I feel like I only had like one class in animation, and like I feel like most of what I learned in animation was at home in my free time, and that's because like I took the initiative to kind of like learn it by myself and look up all these tutorials and stuff on YouTube. But like if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be animating right now. I would only know the baseline stuff. But like I think there's not like, oh, like in your mind, it's not like, oh, when I reach the age of 20, like I'm learning to animate, I'm gonna know how to animate by that point. It's like, no, you kind of have to like push yourself on your own in your free time to do that. And like it sucks because sometimes it does feel like learning and stuff, and it's like you don't want to be like doing that in your free time sometimes, but like a lot of it is kind of just that like self pushing yourself, kind of like you have to like do it on your own. You can't just like wait for it to happen. It's like it's only gonna happen if you want it to happen, you know? And you know, I'm not by any means the greatest animator by any means. Like I have so much I need to learn. Like I am right at the beginning of my journey, you know? I am baseline whatever, but I know that like I could learn a lot more. But like I guess seeing the progress, if I look a year ago and just seeing that big change, it's kind of like what you want to look for in yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't like don't see someone and be like, I have no shot of, you know, getting to this height, because like you will, as long as you don't like, as long as you just keep on top of yourself, you know, don't like focus on what other people are doing, because like so many animators, like the most famous animators and stuff, were at this point where it's just, you know, they weren't known, like all that, but like they eventually get to that point because they kind of like improve on themselves and kind of just keep on top of themselves. And yeah, just like honestly, like if you're singing, if you want to make a pilot, and like it just honestly just go ahead and start watching tutorials on YouTube is kind of my best advice. It's just motivate yourself. Just no one's gonna like push you to do it. You have to kind of push yourself. And I wish I knew that sooner, because that, like if I learned how to animate like 5 years before, that would have been like a miracle for me. I would have been at such a future point. But like it is what it is. And honestly, at the point, I'm like satisfied at the point of where I'm at now, because I feel like I've been on this good schedule of kind of like keeping on top of myself and doing what I gotta do, you know? So, yeah, no, I mean, I hope that helped enough. I know I didn't really go into like the technicals about animating and rigging and puppeting itself in my 2D animation, but like, let me know if you want to see like a video on that, because I love talking about that sort of stuff. And it's just like, I nerd out once, like I could talk about like deformers and all this like 2D animation stuff, especially in Toon Boom Harmony is like my go-to platform to animate in. And it's just really cool to see kind of like your own ideas kind of come to life and have that vision just be a reality. So I think it's just, honestly, if you have it in mind, or you have it in the back of your mind, just and want to scratch that itch of like animating, like all you got to do is just kind of like go for it, you know? Just start. Like you got to start somewhere. It might not be great at first, but like you'll get to that point. Like you just got to push yourself. You got to take that like leap, I guess.